Welcome back to Trekyards, guys. He's Commander Cocking.
He's Captain Foley.
So today we're talking about some Gorn ships, because we got some Gorn in the latest episode of Strange New Worlds, and we're going to talk about them right now.
We've got a frigate. It's not a fighter. Kind of gives off a fighter vibe with its maneuverability, but it's kind of a frigate. And a mothership, a capital ship as well. There's not really a clear beauty detail of either, but I've worked hard to find any of the best pictures and collage them for you today, Stu. So the first one, of course, is the smaller craft, a selection of views which at least give you a sense of what she looks like. Yes, this is a pre-TOS, 8 years before we fought them in arena ship, which is also about 30 years old or 20 years old, because Lan saw them when she was a child. So just for context, it's an old Gorn ship.
Not impressed, honestly. It felt very Zindi almost in its design. I get that it's alien, that's cool. But like I've said, in our review video, Starfleet battles, Starfleet Command, FASA have all done Gorn ships better. And I just wish that they'd take from some of the beta canon. Also, the remastered that Mike Kakuda put in Arena, I think, is a better design than this, honestly. I don't know, this seems too out of the box, even for the Gorn. But I don't know. What were your thoughts when you first saw it?
Well, part of the fun of even in Trek, when you're super alien-y, you used to have ships that look like hardware almost all the time. Even Zindi Aquatics, they look like they're built with machines. They're not grown. They're not. This feels far more on the organic spectrum, and so it loses a lot of that into context. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, what is the middle? Well, it's not a window. It is a window. It glows. I have no idea what it is, because it looks like a fighter, but it's not. It's actually quite big. So it's lights and space. And then the other sections are just weapon pods, I guess. But then the back also has lights that look the same as the front. It just kind of vibes like the Space Above and Beyond Alien Fighter, which I'll put a visual up now that I'm now thinking of. But there's nothing to ground it in design philosophy. There's nothing to pull from here. It's sort of a dead end of design. I'm looking, I'm thinking, I don't know what anything is or does, except I guess the red lights at the front being the pews. Which I guess is alien, but the Gorn and TOS was an understandable ship, because, thing like, where's its warp nacelles, or warp, whatever's, if it even has warp. I don't know.
Speaking to that organic color and glow, it's sort of reminiscent of the Starfleet Command Volume 2 designs, which are very cool designs, by the way. They're kind of like a rectangular with like a piece cut out of them and stuff. I just wish that I guess they have now found an aesthetic for the Gorn, but honestly, I think everything else has done it better up to this point. As you said, it's an older Gorn ship because Lan recognizes it, so it's at least 20 years-ish. And then I guess they eventually get a new ship design, which in Arena is a new design because it's unidentified or an unknown design. So there would have been no scans of it or anything. So, okay, I like that. They've upgraded a little bit.
So this ship definitely scans the Gorn. I mean, when they do the shuttle, they have full rotating scans on the displays. They have full scans of Gorn ships and the technology, their energy signatures, their warp signatures, etc., etc.
Yeah. And I do like the remastered Gorn ship. I do have the Eagle Moss version of it, and it's pretty cool looking, I gotta say. So,
whereas I don't like it that much, but I still have it because I was subscribed.
Yeah. But it's very alien-like design. So.
I like it more than this because it's more grounded, although I think if you were to hybridize these two, give that design this hull texturing, would look cooler, and some more interactive glows of like this, but I could be interested to have the team design this say, explain it. If this was a fighter, I'd like it more. A single one Gorn craft, but it isn't. We see it almost at the next Enterprise, and it's big. And it takes the shields down from like 80 to 60% in a couple of hits. It's very strong. This is a powerful frigate.
If I didn't know any better, I would say it's a fighter because of the way it moves. It's always like spinning, and it's very agile and fast, and it's like, okay, well, that's not how the Gorn moves, so I doubt very much they'd be able to do movements fast enough within the ship to get those kind of responses out of the ship.
Yeah, I always felt the Gorn were a hulking strength over maneuverability sort of race. Like, we're gonna have 47 cannons pointing forward. Good luck. Like, don't even try. Like, that's the point.
That's the thing. Like in Starfleet battles, they use plasma torpedoes, which inflict a lot of damage, a lot of punch.
Oh, I fought them. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, like I like it in basics, but I feel like I've seen it before. And when it spins, I feel like I've seen it before. Like it doesn't say to me Gorn, nor also a unique new aesthetic for the Gorn as well. Speaking of though, the next craft, which very hard to get views of. This is the 3, and the bottom left, I don't even know what we're seeing.
It looks like a scorpion tail out the back, almost. Almost it seems like a stinger with like 3 claws at the front.
You don't have to get a clue. It's very much like the Siphon ship from Renegades, which I've been rendering myself recently, but also kind of Borg with all the internal green lights, but then also very Engineer from Prometheus. Without a clear view, we can't really take. None of these shots like the same ship, specifically.
No, they don't. You're right. I mean, that top left one is a very interesting design. That's almost reminiscent. That's almost reminiscent of the Starfleet Command Volume 2 ones, just more organic. Because it's got the one side that's like smaller and then the thicker side. But, it's not a rectangle. So.
But the bottom right, it does like a scorpion. Again, there's just visually what we got. I do get the idea of keeping it mysterious and having mystique, because obviously if they fought 2 full Gorn ships, they would report this to Starfleet. Starfleet have a full repertoire of Gorn stuff, and we know they don't have that by the time of TOS, so they're obviously playing in dangerous sand. I don't think they're going to pay attention to that stuff. I think they're going to do their own thing, because they want to, fine. It's their show, not TOS, but I don't see us and think anything particularly of it, except, okay, it's a ship. It's left no imprint on me, and I do not see a aesthetic from this except Engineer meets Siphon from Renegades, which is a phenomenal ship. That is a great looking ship.
And we had no real context of size for this one as well, like compared to the Enterprise. The other ones got kind of close to the Enterprise.
We do have it compared to the smaller ones, and it's about sort of like 10 times as wide. So
that's right. They're face to face, yeah.
So it's substantially bigger than the Enterprise. I'd say like 5 times wider. So but then that Enterprise, maybe even galaxy sized, because if that Enterprise is now 50% bigger than the original colony, then this is probably galaxy sized in some dimensions, either width or length. So huge. Although we have no sense of its power levels because it doesn't do anything. How strong is it? I don't know. It's a capital ship, and if the small one can reduce shields from 80 to 60 in a couple of hits, this thing should be this should be of a, oh my goodness, powerful.
Yeah. I got the sense almost that the smaller ship was more of a Corvette or like a destroyer, a scout. Well,
not a scout, because it burned the colony.
Yeah, we assume that's the one that bombarded the colony. Maybe this one didn't; it just came back or something. But
there's no warp signatures, so anyone that arrived, no one left. But these guys were probably called. I don't know. It was left vague, because you'd think if the trap was set, all four ships would come and attack in once, be predatory, not one.
I do appreciate the lower left picture that has like the scorpion tail though, because the 3 forward things almost look like a reptile, like a Gorn claw coming out to grab you. This is kind of what it looks like almost, Just make it like glowing green and can grab the hull of the Enterprise and be like Apollo.
Yeah, I just don't know which side's the front, which side's the back, which side's. I mean, I sort of know which side's the front, but it's just. Good luck, Egamos. It's got a hard ship to do.
Oh, poor Egamos. Speaking of, we have an affiliate link. If you guys want to pick up any Egamos ships down below, click that link and use the discount code Trekyards10. When this one comes out, you can buy it. And then you can look at it and see what it looks like.
Always a fun thing. And if you want to support what we do here, Stuart, they can support us directly via Patreon, PayPal. Join the channel over on YouTube, which is where you are. So do that. Patreon episode is monthly on a separate site, or Super Chat during our lives is an amazing way of helping us, because we like that direct communication, or Super Thanks in videos if you like what we do here. Super thank us. I think used to saying that, and it goes towards the channel, and we do live off this channel because we want to give you sort of full-time content, and it's, a budget. So support us if you can. If you can't, just keep watching. It makes a difference too.
Yeah, so please comment down below what you thought of this ship design, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell icon to all. And as an added bonus, a lot of people don't get notifications. Go into the settings on your phone and turn on notifications for YouTube. A lot of people have it off and they don't even realize it, so they don't get notifications. Just trying to help you guys out. So until next time, he is Commander Cocky.
He's kind of funny.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.